Chapter 1. Celebrating You. Beauty is not in the face, it is a light in the heart. Khalil Gibran. So you've started this audiobook and you're already wondering, how is this going to be any different from all the other beauty books out there? Well, for one thing, how many of those books are written by a woman whose journey to womanhood began after being born into a male body? Before you shut this off, convinced that it isn't actually for you, you should know one more thing. No matter how you define yourself, no matter what type of female you are in your innermost dreams, you will see yourself within these pages. This is a book where all are welcome, free from fear and shame and judgment. It's about learning not to let those feelings define or inhibit you. This is about expressing your inner beauty. I'm an actress in LA, so I'm used to living in a skin-deep world where every person is judged on the basis of looks alone. And every day, I see women across the entire spectrum of femininity who berate themselves or allow themselves to think they are worth less because they are not built like supermodels. Some of these women already are famous, A-listers who are just as insecure as you might feel at times. Some, like Lupita Nyong'o, have won Oscars before they finally felt like they could own their own beauty. This self-perpetuated, societally reinforced body shaming makes me so sad, because the most important thing I've learned on my long journey to womanhood is that you're only as beautiful as you believe yourself to be. And if you don't believe you're beautiful or even worthy of beauty in the first place, you're never going to experience the absolute joy that comes from living a life of radiance, happiness, and especially freedom. How about using that negative energy to your advantage by turning it into your own special power to simply be beautiful? Here's a little secret. We all have the same goals, worries, and insecurities about our looks. However, more important, we share a birthright to be beautiful. What we need is a totally new definition of what beauty actually is, so the playing field becomes fuller, more real, well-rounded, and inclusive than ever before. And that's why I've written this book for you, gorgeous. Because each one of us is capable of being, expressing, and living in beauty. Finding and conveying your real self with confidence is the key to it all. It's the foundation for every bit of beauty you are seeking to exude. As a bit of a trailblazer myself, I know what I'm talking about. Trust me, I've been there. My beautiful beginning. I grew up in a Hawaiian paradise surrounded by natural beauty from my earliest days. Still, even when I was a little kid, people would come up to me and ask, "Are you a boy or a girl?" Because my femininity was always somehow visible. It radiates, and it comes from the deepest source of my inner being. It's not something that was learned. It was always the most natural feeling in the world to me. I knew in my heart and soul that I was born to be a woman. These feelings, though, confused and angered people, so growing up was not always easy. My first experience with this was when I moved to Maui and took a family trip to Hana. I saw kids jumping off the Hana pier into the beautiful blue water, and I wanted to join in. I ran up and I said, "Hi!" Then I jumped into the water. I looked up with a smile, and the other kids looked down and said, "Mahu," meaning faggot, and started to jump onto my head from the pier. Of course, I panicked, and I quickly swam to shore, not understanding the name they were calling me nor the anger they felt. Still, it was the first time I truly realized I was different. This story is not the only one like this over my lifetime thus far.